Welcome back to another Top 10s Day Wednesday video. In today's video, we're going to discuss my 10 favorite Angel token spells. There are around 200 Angel creature cards in Magic the Gathering's history, but in today's video, we are going to talk about my 10 favorite spells that create Angel creature tokens. To qualify for this list, a card must create Angel creature tokens. Let's begin. Number 10 on this list is Parhelion II. First appearing in War of the Spark and the only artifact or equipment to make this list, Parhelion II is a vehicle with a mana cost of 6 and 2 white. Its cost is steep, and the reason why it's only number 10 on this list. This is a shame because its abilities are really powerful. It's a legendary artifact vehicle and has a crew 4 cost, which means if its controller taps any number of creatures with total power 4 or more, then it becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. As angels generally have robust power, tapping one angel in order to crew the Parhelion is reasonable. Once activated, it becomes a 5/5 flyer with first strike and vigilance, and whenever it attacks, its controller creates 2 white 4/4 angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance that are attacking. By tapping one angel in order to activate the Parhelion, its controller nets 2 additional angel creature tokens and sends 13 flying and vigilant power into combat. As stated earlier, the converted mana cost of 8 is prohibitive, unfortunately sending Parhelion II to the bottom of this list. Number 9 on this list is Devout Invocation. Appearing just once in Magic the Gathering's history, Devout Invocation was first printed in Core Set 2014. It's the first of many sorcery spells to make this list. Its number 9 ranking is justified because of the spell's vulnerability and susceptibility to fizzling. For 6 and a white, Devout Invocation allows the caster to tap any number of untapped creatures they control in order to create that many 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying. The vulnerability lies with the creatures as Devout Invocation is trying to resolve. If it is counterspelled, then the spell is gone and the creatures remain untapped. If in response, opponents destroy, exile, or tap the player's creatures, then that player invested 7 mana into nothing but lost hopes and dreams. When Devout Invocation resolves unimpeded, it can double a player's army by infusing it with a host of angels. If there is opponent interaction, either through counter magic or creature disruption, well, it can hurt. It can hurt a lot. Number 8 on this list is Sigil of the Empty Throne. The first enchantment to make this list has been reprinted numerous times since its first appearance in Conflux. Similar to number 10 on this list, Parhelion II, Sigil of the Empty Throne requires an activation in order to produce angel creature tokens. Whenever its controller casts an enchantment spell, that player creates a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. As such, this spell is very popular in enchantment builds, and if left unchecked, Sigil of the Empty Throne can create an intimidating board presence filled with flying 4/4 angels. This card is a little higher on the list than Parhelion II, and that's because of its casting cost. It only costs 3 and 2 white to cast this spell, and, theoretically, can be activated the same turn due to a less intensive investment of mana resources. Some notes on the Sigil. Casting it won't trigger its own ability. Additionally, although the triggered ability of Sigil of the Empty Throne resolves before an enchantment spell that caused it to trigger resolves, a target must be chosen by an aura as its cast before it triggers an angel token from the Sigil. A player can't cast an aura spell with the intention of enchanting the angel token that will be created as a result of casting it. Still, Sigil of the Empty Throne is a powerful token generator if left unchecked. Number 7 on this list is Serra the Benevolent. One of my favorite pieces of Magic the Gathering artwork is on this card. Serra the Benevolent comes to us from Modern Horizons and is the only planeswalker on this list. To be more specific, it is the first and currently only Planeswalker in Magic the Gathering history to produce Angel Creature tokens. For 2 and 2 white, Serra comes into play with, of course, 4 loyalty counters, no doubt an homage to Magic's first Angel. Taking 3 loyalty counters off of Serra produces a 4/4 white Angel Creature token with flying and vigilance, again paying respect to Magic's first Angel. Activating Serra's +2 ability results in all flying creatures that player controls getting +1/+1 until end of turn. Serra's ultimate Planeswalker ability requires the removal of 6 loyalty counters. This gives the player an emblem that says, if you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. This is a pseudo-throwback to Angel's Grace. The artwork, the flavor, the history. I am happy to include Magic's first ever Angel Planeswalker in this top 10 list. Number 6 on this list is Divine Visitation. First appearing in Guilds of Ravnica, the second enchantment on this list has similarities to the previous cards mentioned. The card, by itself, does not produce Angel Creature tokens. It, like the other cards before it, needs an activation in order to produce our Heavenly Winged Warriors. In the case of Divine Visitation, it simply needs another token creature. If 1 or more token creatures would be generated under the player's control, create that many 4/4 white Angel Creature tokens with flying and vigilance instead. 1/1 white core soldier creature tokens, 1/1 white and black human cleric creature tokens, 0/1 green plant creature tokens, 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, 1/1 white human creature tokens, 1/1 colorless Thopter creature tokens with flying, 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink, 1/1 green snake creature tokens, 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying, 1/1 green sapling creature tokens, 1/1 white warrior creature tokens, 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, 2/2 black pirate creature tokens with menace, 2/2 red and green satyr creature tokens with haste, 2/2 white soldier creature tokens with vigilance, 3/3 green beast creature tokens, 3/3 colorless golem enchantment artifact creature tokens. They all become Serra Angels in the presence of Divine Visitation. Not coincidentally, these exact creature tokens are created in my Saskia the Unyielding EDH deck, in which a copy of this powerful enchantment resides. Number 5 on this list is Luminar Ascension. Few cards yell out, "Hey, attack me! Drain my life! Damage me!" more convincingly than Luminar Ascension. Our last enchantment on this list first appeared in original Zendikar as a part of the Ascension cycle of enchantments seen in this set. The enchantments lay dormant on the battlefield, obtaining quest counters in order to activate it. For Luminar Ascension, it needs 4 more quest counters in order to activate it. When online, its controller can pay 1 and 1 white mana in order to create a 4/4 white Angel Creature token with flying as many times as possible. This is only restricted by the amount of mana the player can produce. How does a player get these quest counters? Well, here's where the target is affixed squarely on the back of its controller. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if the controller of Luminar Ascension didn't lose life this turn, that player puts a quest counter on it. 4 quest counters later, and Luminar Ascension will come online and begin producing 4/4 flying angels for every 1 and 1 white mana invested. Prepare for your kitchen table or EDH game to become archenemy after casting this spell. Number 4 on this list is Decree of Justice. This sorcery, originally printed in Lorwyn, was difficult to rank. It creates Angel Creature tokens, but not in the most economical way. Its XX2 and 2 white casting cost could be prohibitive, but the numbers warrant its presence and placement on this list. The focal point of this conversation will be about the numbers. The floor is a 4/4 white Angel Creature token with flying for 4 and 2 white. 4 power and 4 toughness with evasion for 6 mana. Not great. Add 2 more mana, and now we produce 8 power and 8 toughness with evasion stretched across 2 bodies for 8 mana. That's better. I think the true floor value for this spell is at 10 total mana, which will net 12 power and 12 toughness with evasion represented across 3 bodies. I think anything past this threshold is a bonus. Speaking of bonus, this card has cycling, and if a player decides to cycle a Decree of Justice, they pay 2 and a white in order to do so, but also can pay an additional X. When the player does, they also create X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens in addition to drawing a card. The versatility and potential power level of this card justifies its rank in this list. Number 3 on this list is Sternheim Unleashed. The newest card to make this list is from Kaldheim and provides options for players. For 2 and 2 white, Sternheim Unleashed creates a 4/4 white Angel Warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. The inclusion of vigilance is a nice touch, again paying homage to Magic's original Angel. Additionally, this spell has the Foretell mechanic, which allows players to pay 2 and exile the card face down. Then, on a later turn, its controller may cast the spell for its Foretell cost. The Foretell cost for Sternheim Unleashed is XX and a white. Again, as discussed during the description for Decree of Justice, it becomes a numbers game for Sternheim Unleashed. 1/1 and a white creates a 4/4 Angel with flying and vigilance. 2/2 and a white produces 8 power and 8 toughness across 2 bodies with evasion for 5 mana, which, coincidentally, is the casting cost of the original Serra Angel. Think about that. Decades ago, 3 and 2 white produced a 4/4 Angel with flying and vigilance. Presently, the same converted mana cost produces 2 4/4 Angels with flying and vigilance. For me, this card gets instantly exiled face down for its Foretell cost and then gathers dust in the exile zone until later in the game. This delayed spellcasting, cost reduction, and ability to create copious angel creature tokens makes Sternheim Unleashed one of the best angel spells in Magic's history. Number 2 on this list is Entreat the Angels. This sorcery is all about timing. Unlike number 3 on this list, Sternheim Unleashed, I never want Entreat the Angels in my opening hand. That's because staring at a converted mana cost of XX triple whites is paralyzing. In crunching the numbers, it takes 10 mana to create 3 4/4 angel creature tokens with Decree of Justice. When including its Foretell cost, it takes a total of 9 mana to create 3 4/4 angel creature tokens with Sternheim Unleashed. For Entreat the Angels, it also takes 9 mana to create 3 4/4 angel creature tokens. Well, that's before we talk about its Miracle cost. Miracle is a mechanic that was introduced in AVACYN Restored, from where this card originated. A player may cast a spell for its Miracle cost when they draw it if it's the first card they draw this turn. Miracle triggers even during our opponent's turns. So if a player draws this card during an opponent's turn, then they may cast it for its Miracle cost even though it's a sorcery. The Miracle cost is X and 2 white. This spell has an equal floor to Sternheim Unleashed, but its ceiling is so much higher. In the earlier example, 9 total mana is needed in order to create 3 4/4 white angel creature tokens with Sternheim Unleashed. This same 9 mana creates 7 4/4 white angel creature tokens. That's 28 power and 28 toughness across 7 bodies with evasion for 7 mana. That is power. Raw power. And lastly, number 1 on this list is Finale of Glory. Our top 10 list ends where it began, with a card from War of the Spark. Finale of Glory is a part of a cycle of mythic rare sorcery spells that appeared in War of the Spark. Similar to many of the previous cards before it on this list, this sorcery is all about numbers, and the most important number in this instance is 12. The spell's mana cost is X and 2 whites, and in order to produce any angel creature tokens from the spell, its caster must invest at least 12 total mana to do so. If a lower amount of mana is invested instead, then the player will create X 2/2 white soldier creature tokens with Vigilance. However, once the sweet spot is reached and X is at least 10, that player will create X 2/2 white soldier creature tokens with Vigilance and X 4/4 white angel creature tokens with Vigilance and Flying. At a minimum, if a player invests 12 mana into this spell, then they create a total of 60 power and 60 toughness stretched across 20 bodies, all with Vigilance and half of it with Flying. This is an average of a 5/5 creature with Vigilance for 1 mana. No drawbacks. This is unheard of. The only limitation is that X must be at least 10. In a format like EDH, investing 12 mana into a spell is commonplace. The immense value and return versus mana invested makes Finale of Glory my all-time favorite spell that creates angel creature tokens.